Hello everyone, I am Lewis, you are watching Lost in Travel, and welcome on here to the third part of this Iceland series. Previously, I packed my bags and travelled to this wonderful island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Filled with mystery and wanderlust, I set out into the wild blizzard in search of adventure and pride. I found myself trenching through deep snow in the capital city of Reykjavik, glaring at sights such as Viking cathedrals, frozen lakes and Scandinavian architecture. All around, it was a satisfying day. However, my urge for adventure was still evident. I knew what was awaiting me in the city's backyard, and I was more than ready to explore it. Start the day with one of Iceland's most popular attractions, the Golden Circle. Turn your volume up, get the popcorn ready as we are about to go on a road trip! Good morning guys, and welcome here to another glorious day here in Iceland. We've just came out and it's already a blizzard. It's gonna be a fun day.
So this got away from me, the new world across the sea, the call of the mystery pulls me down.
So our tour guide has just dropped us off in Grindavik because we're going the long way around for the Golden Circle tour. One of the roads is closed due to severe weather. We've been told that the weather is actually the roughest it has been in February in years due to climate change. So we're having to go anti-clockwise on the Golden Circle tour. We don't even know if we'll get all of it due to one of the roads being closed, which means we may have to miss some of it. But so far so good. The weather has changed drastically since we left Reykjavik. We were in one of the most hazardous blizzards I've ever been in, and now clear skies. Honestly, Iceland are very similar to Scotland on how the weather can just change drastically. 4 seasons in one day, as they always say, you know? Wild horses, coastal scapes and gigantic volcanoes greeted us on our path to the first Golden Circle hotspot.
I would like to have my own greenhouse. That's my dream, you know. It's a small one, so I can grow, you know, all kind, maybe watermelons, you know, this.
Thanks for reminding us. So after an hour longer journey than I anticipated, we have now made it to our very first stop, and it is steaming up like hell in here. We are at Geyser, or Geyser if you're American. It's a lot more steamier than anticipated. We're walking through the steam. It's like a sauna. Not really, it's pretty cold, but I don't know if we're close to the geysers yet or just hot springs. I'm just gonna follow the path and see where it takes us. Hopefully it's not to like a lava pit or something. Mom, I think I lost you in the steam there. 1 minute you were behind me, and then I was like, oh there you are, you're in front.
I know, I turned round and I was like, where have you got there? And I noticed your hat.
So, as you probably are already aware, Iceland is mainly made up of geomagnetic activity underneath the ground. That's why, I just saw the geyser just go, oh my god. Well, it's made up of geomagnetic activity, that's why there's so many volcanoes located here. And it's not just the volcanoes, it runs all within the ground. That's how there's so many hot springs, that's how Blue Lagoon is around here, and many other lagoons. And it's mainly why there's so many geysers popping out, because the water, there's no volcanoes about it, they still have to get out and about. And that's how you do it. So we are quite literally into the thick of it now. This is where the geyser comes out. I'm sure this one is the main one, and it goes off every 5 minutes or so. I just watched it and got some lovely photos of it going up with a nice leading line going out towards it. But if you stand here, this is basically where the steam is just headed in this direction, going basically over my head. I feel like I am properly immersed in the geyser experience. We don't get them in the UK. I find they're only found around America, Canada. You know, Yellowstone National Park is probably the famous one to find geysers around here. So this is my very first experience at a geyser. Oh, it's going off now. Oh! 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 Oh my god! Where in the world am I? mice. I was not expecting that. Can you guys see? Oh, I was not expecting to stand here. I'm so. Oh. Wait, Mum, take the camera and show.
You done right.
I was just minding my own business, and now I've been Geyser-fied. Dearie me, man.
Oh my.
I have to wipe the screen now. Ah, good times.
I won't mind if I love you till the end of time. Darling, all the privilege would be mine. I don't take it for granted.
I just want to point out that is how hot the water is coming from the ground. Oh boy, that was a really powerful one there. You can just hear it, like every 5 minutes that's just releasing its energy. Bursts of life, you know, it's kind of like me when I find out I'm getting pizza. You know, the burst of life inside you. I would say I wasn't really interested in seeing this, but now that I'm here, I don't know, it's a lot cooler in person. Definitely come out to it, guys. I threw a snowball at her, so now she's getting revenge. Haha, you missed. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. No! Thanks, Mom. After leaving the geysers drenched in geothermal activity, we drove past miles of snow-covered landscapes to reach our next destination. So I feel like we've just been dropped out in the middle of the Arctic. About 10 minutes after the geysers, we're now out here, apparently going to go to Gullfoss, which is the widest waterfall here in Iceland. But with the amount of snow, yeah, it definitely feels like they just took us to, I don't know, the middle of Greenland or something. Yeah, a bit far away like, but anyway, I'm going to put my gloves on. I've just realised my hands are going numb already. That's how cold it is.
Love divine, I felt heaven and my world collide. You took this wounded heart of mine and put it back together.
This frozen landscape, by the way, may be one of the most glorious things I've ever set my eyes on. We're now currently looking at Gullfoss Falls, and just with the snow just piercing down towards it, you see all the Instagram pictures every single day, but I have to say, nothing could be more glorious than seeing it with your own very two eyes and just hearing the waves just come rushing down. And we're able to see around the shot. Of course, the shot is always like the main area that people are here for, but even if people to just look around and just see everything amongst you. Our world is so dramatic.
In the heart of every moment, there's a magic hour. The streams are ever flowing through the fields of wildflowers.
So welcome on here to our final location here at the Golden Circle. We're right now at Thingvellir National Park, and the loch, lake, we're not in Scotland anymore. The lake down there is crystal clear, and behind me right now, that is the middle of the North American tectonic plate. Yes, so Iceland is in the middle of the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates, which means we're in two continents right now. This is usually where the Golden Circle would begin, but because of course the road was closed, it's now open again, so we're able to get back to Reykjavik, that road. But because we're now doing it last, I've got to say, It's so peaceful. It's a lot more gentle than the other two locations that we were at earlier on, and it's just that church in the far off distance, the very Icelandic church over there. Like, imagine just calling this place home. Oh boy. What a beautiful view behind me to end the Golden Circle. I highly recommend this. It's a very touristy, populated area, but that is definitely for a reason. There are just some areas that you can just get out into the wilderness, right into the snow. It feels like you're definitely just out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by rocks and nature. But I will speak to you more. But I'm doing it through a tour guide. It's been really good. The tour guide has been giving us so much information about this place, about his life here in Iceland. But I keep on being late to the times by like 2 minutes. So that's some American guy being like, "You're that guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am that guy." Alright, let's go back and finish this tour off. Oh, my butt is freezing now.
Let the peaceful freedom draw you in. Let it draw you in.
So that is us back in Reykjavik now after an amazing trip around the Golden Circle. What an amazing experience that was. Definitely recommend doing a tour. If you've got a car, definitely do it yourself as well. But the tour guide, he was very insightful and gave us lots of knowledge on the area. So yeah, we're back in Reykjavik and we've got time to spare, and because it's such a beautiful day, we're not thinking of just going back to the apartment and just chilling out just yet. We're going to go, I think, have a nice walk down the waterfront and see what we couldn't really see yesterday due to how blizzardous it was. And we've been told by our tour guide that it looks like the weather tomorrow isn't looking that good, so that kind of messes up our plans for doing the whale watching once more. Feels like we're never going to get there at this stage. You know, that's the thing about being here in winter, you just never know what it's going to be like. It's so unpredictable and wild, but that's the joys of it, right? Because you get views and conditions just like the ones we've had today. And with all of that being said, I guess that is where we're going to wrap up today's video. It got freezing outside, and it got freezing outside really fast. I'm sure it's about -1 out there, but it probably feels a lot colder. So we just went and saw the Sun Voyager, which is the really cool like Viking ship that pays homage to of course the Danish past of the Icelanders. So that was really cool. That's one of the most famous spots of Reykjavik. And then by that point we were getting really cold, so we started walking back up towards the cathedral. And when we got there, we noticed there was a hot dog stand, and I've heard that hot dogs are apparently quite a delicacy here in Iceland. Like, hot dog stands are quite a popular thing for tourists to go do. So I was like, you know what, we're a bit peckish, let's go. And I have to say, what a lovely hot dog that was. It had so much different sauces. Japanese mayo, have you ever heard of that? It's quite like a spicy mayonnaise. All the way from Japan, I guess. And then after that, we just came back here and unfortunately found out that the whale watching got cancelled again for tomorrow. We've heard that there's going to be a few storms coming in tomorrow, which shows you how unpredictable the weather is, because if you were just looking at what it's been like today, you would think that we can even go to the Northern Lights tonight, but that and the whale watching have both been postponed. We've tried to move the Northern Lights again to tomorrow, but with the whale watching being cancelled once more, you know, it's quite likely that the Northern Lights may be postponed as well, which is unfortunate. But if that's the case, and it's going to be quite stormy, tomorrow might just be a day of rest, a day of staying in warmth and maybe getting some work done on the PC and just all our various things just to keep us going throughout the stormy weather. It's what happens when you come in the winter. It's very beautiful to see the landscapes, but it's luck. It's luck of the draw on what days you choose for things. So you've just got to expect the unexpected, really, that things could stop and you may have to just do it on the days that you didn't really plan for it. So be quite flexible if you're planning to do a trip to Iceland in the winter. So that means I don't really know when the next time I'll be vlogging with you guys, but it will be soon, and we've got a whole bunch more stuff to do before we leave this beautiful island. So, if you did enjoy the Golden Circle, then guys, please leave a like. It really does help out a ton. And share with your family and your friends. And subscribe, because the journey, it's not just getting started. It's almost halfway there. But it's still got a lot more to do. So, I guess I'll see you wherever we are next. Bye, guys.
Come fly away with me. Imagine all the things that we could see. Yeah, don't you know that life's a dance? Come take my hand and fly away.